You ever stare at something you really want? A new phone, a dream job, that perfect relationship? You can feel it pulling at you, like an invisible string tugging at your chest. It's almost physical, this need to have it. And when you finally do, that rush, that thrill, like a little high. But here's the strange thing. Give it some time and the feeling fades. That thing that once burned in your mind, it's just there now. Another piece of your life. Another thing you own. But what if the truth is flipped? What if it owns you? Think about it. Before you had it, you were free. But the moment you got it, you had to keep it, maintain it, protect it. The brand new car? Now you're worried about scratches. The perfect job? Now you're anxious about performance. The relationship you long for? Now you fear losing it. Every new desire we satisfy comes with an invisible cost, the cost of attachment. And this isn't just about material things. Think about status, power, approval. You work hard for success, but once you have it, you can't just enjoy it. Now you have to defend it. Now you have to be someone. And the moment you slip, you're afraid people will see you differently. There's an old story about a king who had everything: wealth, luxury, power. But he spent his nights restless, terrified of losing it all. Meanwhile, a poor man in his kingdom, with barely enough to eat, slept peacefully every night. Why? Because the poor man had nothing to lose. The more we have, the more we fear losing. This isn't new. The ancient Stoics warned about it. Seneca, a Roman philosopher, once wrote that, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." In other words, poverty isn't about what you lack. It's about how much you want. Buddhism goes even further. It says that desire itself is suffering. That craving leads to attachment, and attachment leads to disappointment, because nothing stays the same. Everything changes. Everything slips through our fingers eventually. But here's the paradox. Desire is also what moves us forward. It drives creativity, innovation, connection. If we didn't want things, we'd never build, never improve, never evolve. So does that mean we should abandon all desires? Just sit still and want nothing? Not exactly. Desire isn't the enemy, but how we relate to it matters. There's a trick, something philosophers and psychologists have pointed out for centuries. The more you chase after something, the more power it has over you. But if you can step back, just a little, something changes. Instead of thinking, "I need this to be happy," try, "I'd like this, but I'll be okay without it." Instead of, "I must have this," try, "Let's see if this is really worth my energy." Suddenly, the invisible strings loosen. You regain control. And oddly enough, when you stop clinging so tightly, you start enjoying things more. Because they're not weights anymore. They're just experiences. There's an old Zen proverb, "Let go or be dragged." Because the moment you can see your desires without being consumed by them, you're free.